Are we ready for a round 5 here? We're 4-0 in the historic Arena Qualifier weekend here. We're trying to qualify for the Arena Championship and the Pro Tour. I actually don't know if like maybe this gives an invite to the Pro Tour I already have an invite for, but anyways, we are playing the Ominous Traveler deck and we hit this hand here, which is totally fine. Like, it's the sort of hand where I really want to play Traveler on turn 3, so I can like sacrifice it to Village Rights, especially since it turns out that we're up against red-black. Red-black mid-range, that is, not the actual mirror. That's also why I left Fatal Push up. You know, they play turn 1 like they're the Bugbear. They could be a Goblins or they could be red-black. But I think I really wanted to like maybe get Fatal Push on turn 2, and then we'll see what I draw. But yeah, drawing the second Village Rights here, I really don't want to just play Traveler here. I'm gonna like do the Bone Crusher Giant test, and like it looks like they do have Bone Crusher, so definitely not playing Traveler into that here. Just playing my Den of the Bugbear, pass the turn. Next turn we can play Traveler and keep up Village Rights here. Hopefully they play Fable of the Mirror Breaker here, so I can get to use my Fatal Push, because that'd be really, really nice. Because if they just play a Bone Crusher here, it's a lot worse for us. But yeah, they do that. I can like get to clear the board here, just Fatal Push that away, and draw yet another sacrifice effect. Okay, well, we're gonna play this Traveler here. Just take a Sifters, sure, that's fine. It does what it does. And hopefully my opponent will like try and remove my Travelers. It's like, you know, he probably won't do it, but kind of hoping that they're just gonna like Bone Crusher it. We'll see. I can like, maybe next turn I can like play the Sifters and that will maybe like prompt the Bone Crusher, but they're just gonna play Shield Red. Okay, ouch. I think in response here, I'm just gonna have to draw cards. I'm just gonna cash it in and see what I get. Okay, Bergie, that's permanent for later. I can like, you know, use that to make the Horn. And right here, I have an interesting decision. So I'm like thinking about like my options here. I really want to get rid of the Shield Red, because like otherwise, you know, it's gonna hurt too much to draw cards. So I'm gonna use my Bone Shards to kill Shield Red. The question is like, how am I doing that? I don't really want to sacrifice a creature actually, because I only have one creature to sacrifice right now, and I need to sacrifice that to draw. So I kind of want to like discard a card. The issue is that if I discard a land here, and then I play Shipwreck Shifters and I loot away another land, like it's kind of awkward because I really want the 5th land in my hand, and I don't know if I'll hit lands off my Village Rights. But the play I end up coming up with here is that if I hold control here, I just play the Sifters and just immediately sacrifice it, right? My opponent, I'm not gonna like bait my opponent into like removal spelling on the Sifters. That's just not gonna happen. But maybe this way I'll like get extra info for the loot here, and we do need to draw an extra land so we can safely discard it, and we hit 2 Trapfinders, and with this Deadly Dispute, like our hand is looking juicy. So now I just want my opponent to tap out, just like stomp my face, play a Bone Crusher, like do something like that. That would be perfect, because with 2 Trapfinders, I'm pretty likely to find a Traveler here. I do have 3 left in my deck. 3 Berkey and 2 Trapfinders. So like each of them is like, you know, 3 out of 8 to hit. And then the second one is actually 3 out of 7, right? Because if the first one breaks. And I can do all of it. Like I can play Berkey and just like do everything next turn. Like play Trapfinder, sacrifice it to Tower, sacrifice, play the other one, sacrifice to Dispute. So yeah, if my opponent taps out here, I'm just going for it. I'm just gonna see if I can get there. And so just crossing my fingers here. Please tap out. They play a second Fable, and then they leave up that Stomp. Okay, so again, like they probably have Bone Crusher Giant here. I think it's still worth going for it though. Like, if I hit 2 Travelers, then I can just go for it. Or if I can draw a discard spell, right? Because I have like the draws off Deadly Dispute here. I'm just gonna make sure that like Arena doesn't screw me over here with the tapping here. But I can play Berkey, play Trapfinder. It all just works out, right? If they have Fatal Push or Stomp, like they cannot interact with my Berkey at instant speed. Just like kind of a big deal. So just gonna play second Trapfinder too. Just like I'll make sure I have both of them in place so that they don't like stop my Trapfinder at an unfortunate time or something like that. Hit a Berkey, that's not perfect. Yeah, gotta hold control here. When you have 2 mana floating from the tower, like when you have 2 black mana floating, Arena will somehow just like use all the black mana before the red ones. That's not great. Hit another Berkey. Okay, that's definitely not ideal. I did hit an Inquisition, which is like nice as a discard spell, but yeah, definitely not what I was hoping for here. But maybe now we can take away the Bone Crusher. They might just stomp off face in response. Or we can take it away and answer to Berkey at least if they have one. They have Season Power Mancer and Bone Crusher. Well, I don't want them to have Season Power Mancer plus Kiki-Jiki, so that has to go away. And I think here I'm just like, instead of wasting my mana, I'm just gonna put Giganta in hand. It's gonna come up later with the Horn, I can discard it. Or maybe I can just play the 5/5. Honestly, that might matter too. So they're just gonna stop my face here, and do have a trigger off the Fable, so we'll see what they get there. And it's kind of unlucky though with my Trapfinders. Didn't even like hit another Trapfinder with them, just hit 2 Burgies. Not the thing you want, but I can still like, it's gonna be a 3 mana Horn. It's gonna go away at the end of the turn. Still get sacrificed even if you play it on the artifact side. And with like all the mana I have here, especially if Burger survives, and all the cards in my hand, it's gonna be a lot of card draw next turn. So I can definitely turn this into something that works. So I just want my opponent to like just like, you know, do something inconsequential and play the Bonecrusher Giant. Maybe they're gonna like copy it and attack before like attack before 3. Alright, so they had a Thoughtseize. Don't know, like they definitely like, you know, they only discarded the Den of the Bugbear and kept the other cards. So like they have 1 card in hand, it's pretty good here. I don't know what that is. Gonna take away one of my Burgies, so I only have 1 Horn left. Means like only 1 chance to go. And they're gonna kill my Burgie. Okay, I'm not happy with that here. They can even like attack and play the Bonecrusher Giant post combat. So, by the way, people, in a spot like this, you don't need to copy the Goblin token. Just attack with your Kiki. Save some time. It does the same thing. Okay, well, drawing this Kolaghan's Command is huge. Because right now I can get back my Burgie. And that Burgie also represents, like that, this Burgie also represents the Horn. So, what I could do, I can just kill the Gigi right now, get back Burgie and replay it. That's not the worst line. I do take a lot of damage to this Den of the Bugbear and the Bonecrusher Giant, yo. That's 7 damage representing. Or I can play Giganta here. As like just a nice blocker. I actually don't remember what I'm doing here. I wonder if I can get the Horn into play right now. If I play Burgie, Kolaghan's Command, and sacrifice to Friction Tower. No, I do not have enough mana for all of that. I do end up playing the Burgie here? Really? I think I'm just supposed to play Giganta now. But as far as I remember, I'm pretty sure I like use the Kolaghan's Command. Giganta has this like nice ability where when you tap it for mana, all that mana can be used to pay for the Ominous Traveler cards. Like not the Traveler itself, but the card you get off of it. Because like they have a bunch of like colored costs. And even though like the mana doesn't even need to line up, you can play like a black-red card of green-white mana from Giganta. Because you can use mana as like mana of any color, as long as it's for... Okay, so we... I see, sorry. Okay. So I ignored a really important aspect of this turn here. I have a Trapfinder in my graveyard. So what I'm thinking here, if I should try and go for it or not. And yeah, in that case, with Trapfinder in the graveyard, I should definitely just try and get that back with my Kolaghan's Command. I was too like focused in on the Horn and the Burgie here. I completely forgot that was the thing. So sorry about that. Definitely makes this turn make a lot more sense. And yeah, so we're gonna have to do that, and we're gonna have to hope that we do hit the Traveler. Right now we have like 2 Trapfinders and 3 Travelers, and I think 1 Burgie left in the deck. So it's like a good 50-50 here to just win the game on the spot. And I was thinking if I should play the Burgie. Whoa. Okay, I'm sorry about that. I was think. Okay, hold on. I know about the timestamp that we are. That was really awkward. This is the Burgie in play, and then this is the way the Angraj Rampage. Okay, so this is the turn. So I was thinking really hard. Do I play Burgie first or not? If I play the Burgie first and I break off my Trapfinder, right? And a brick can just be fighting another Trapfinder. I don't have a way to kill it yet. Then it doesn't actually work. But if I play the Burgie first, I have extra mana. So first of all, I need to like do the math, like how much mana do I actually have? And it turns out that if I play the Kolaghan's Command first and then play Trapfinder and sacrifice it, I kind of still have enough mana to go off. Maybe not fully off, but at least enough, because the Burgie is only 1 mana. And I would have like 2 mana in pool from the Friction Tower, plus like 1 extra when I play the Ominous Traveler. And that's 3 mana in pool, that's usually good enough to go off. So, end up deciding that the safest way here is to Kolaghan's Command right now. I'm not dead next turn, so like even if I hit another Trapfinder off my Trapfinder, I can like, you know, wait another turn, try to find it again next turn. So I'm gonna play it here. Hope to hit a Traveler. That's gonna make things a lot easier if I just hit it here. It's kind of a funky combo deck like that, and we do hit the Traveler. Okay, so now I can play the Burgie, I can play the Traveler, and you know what it's time for? You know it. You know it. Alright, we start off with a 3-drop. That is not ideal. Forcing to take a 3, but at least like it's a pretty good one in this matchup, right? Like Tovalar actually represents damage, but hit a 1-drop, that's super nice. Did I put it at 2x speed? Oh, I did not yet. We'll put it at like 4x if I could. Oh, this is a remix, so it's not just gonna go like full power all the time. But I think that's okay. And we're keeping it going here. It's definitely gonna work. I'm gonna end up taking another 3-drop here. What I'm thinking here is that like I don't actually need to like kill my opponent this turn. I just make like a bunch of really good zombies, and that's probably fine. I'm taking the second head Strider, like there's no way they beat this board now. Especially now with Blade Stitch card as well. Pumping up everything, more zombies. I realized I still had the other music going in the background. Let's go! Oh, it seems like I actually might have lethal right now. Yeah, hitting the second dominating vampire here, that is clutch. Now I can just steal the Bone Crusher Giant and like, that's so much damage. Can I even hit a third one? I can hit a third one. Of course I can hit a third dominating vampire. It's lethal right away. Let's go. Alright, that remix was like super underwhelming. We're just gonna go for for the original one next time. Alright, we're against red black here. I want to board in like my recursion effects, my extra prosper as an extra card advantage effect, and take out my inquisitions here. I want to take out some number of these card spells, like that's not really the game plan you want to go for in this matchup, but I do want to have the ability to like take away Shieldred or maybe Chandra or something like that. So yeah, that's about how I'm gonna do it. I could take out a push, not sure about that. I do leave in the 4th claim, like, or do you keep that in sideboard? Depends a little bit. If they have Croxa though, the claim is pretty good, so yeah, it's gonna depend a lot on that. But let's start our other music here. And see what happens in game 2. Alright, pretty solid hand here. We have some interaction. We gotta try and go for the turn 3 Traveler again this turn, but we're getting Inquisitioned here, so let's see what the opponent takes here. Usually people are like overly scared of the Traveler. Yeah, the Traveler is like the worst card in my deck, in my hand. Like it is so bad. But people are really scared of it, so sure. I mean, at least in this matchup, it can actually constitute a game plan. Had to decide like between playing an untapped land and Thought Seizing or not. Realized that I'm never Thought Seizing a 2-drop anyway. The only thing is that like I could have if I play turn 1 Thought Seize there, like maybe I take, you know, if they have another discard spell, but I don't think I care too much if I get Thought Seized again. My hand is like pretty redundant. So I decided to like just give them one extra draw step to like draw that important card. And then like next turn I can just double spell, right? I can Fatal Push the 2-drop and Thought Seize anyway. So it just seemed like a bit more mana efficient to play that way. I could claim the Firstborn and Village Rights here, but I decided to just go for Thought Seize right now. And good thing I did, because like they were... they don't have a play other than the Seasoned Pyromancer that I got to take away there. So I'm pretty happy that like now they don't have the opportunity to fix their hand. I guess they do a little bit because they had the blood token. But my question is now, am I going to Fatal Push this Harvester, or am I just going to steal it and sacrifice it? And I come to the conclusion that I'm going to just save my Fatal Push for like a Shieldred or something. Right now, I hit my land up, that's super nice, so I can play Dead Dispute. So I'm just going to steal the Harvester and sacrifice... Oh, right. I guess they're allowed to do that, huh? Didn't even really consider that. That kind of like breaks my hand a little bit, which is quite awkward. And they even knew about the Village Rights. So, not drawing a land here. I think I'm just going to put Gigant on hand, yeah. I could play out the Berkey, like maybe that's fine. But they played Chandra here, so... Alright, well that's not a great look for me. Really isn't. So, okay, well I guess we just have to play out Berkey now. Kind of awkward here, but at least like the Den of the Bugbear can maybe pressure Chandra. But I just need them to like -3 on my Bergie here. I need this Chandra to like have less loyalty. That's the thing I wanted to hit with my Thoughtseize. Yeah, cannot Thoughtseize the top of the deck. Okay, I hit a 5th land here. It's actually pretty big. You know what else is pretty big? It's the Elk. Gigantha. That probably was pretty loud, huh? No, no apologies from here. Playing Gigantha here, like, it cannot die to the Blood Tide Harvester. And it's probably not gonna take the opponent, like, at least. It also like, doesn't die to, like, Molten Vortex, or just, like, you know, Molten Impact, I mean. They have to combine it with the Harvester. And it also doesn't die to Fatal Push. So it's actually pretty like hard for them to deal with this Gigantha here. So I'm just gonna slam it here. It's like a way for me to pressure Chandra, which is what I sorely need right now. So yeah, it's just played out here. Hopefully they can't kill it. So because I would have really liked to be able to like sacrifice in response to removal. They plus Chandra here. Let's see what they hit. They hit a Bone Crusher Giant. Okay. By the way, they looted away a Chandra end of turn here, so the Harvester is no longer able to give minus here. So they're not trying to combine removal spells, it seems. But they do have a Bone Crusher, so they gotta stomp my Gigantha, actually. That's kind of interesting. I thought they were gonna stomp my face, but they just attack for 3, and I realized, oh yeah, stomping Gigantha and then playing Bone Crusher is just better. Because that's 3 damage to face. But they actually have an Abrade, so they do answer my thing. But actually, they had to tap out to do that. So right now, I get to just load up my Den the Bugbear. And yeah, it didn't actually matter that they attacked with Harvester. It was probably better for them because they got the 3 damage to face. Because they could have just pushed it anyway. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I realized that, like, no matter what they do, like, I'm just going to push the Harvester. So might as well do it right now. Because they're gonna just start by attacking for 3 and I'm gonna push it anyway. But maybe like they have some way to save it, I don't know. They're just gonna play another Harvester and maybe they have a land too. And they're gonna play Bone Crusher. Yeah, okay. Well, that's actually fine, right? Like they have a pretty good board, but now that is a big draw. Drawing Prosper here is kind of wild. So I can play the Prosper this turn. Next turn I can play the Horn, and like that's when we really go off. This extra Goblin token I got from the Den of the Bugbear gonna be huge here. Like that's something I can sacrifice to Death Dispute. So I just love to see that. Hitting a land is totally fine. Like that's just gonna make my Horn a little bit better. The 2 Crocs are here. That's really interesting. So I like all 3 cards in my hand, right? I can sacrifice something in response, but if I do sacrifice the Goblin token, then I take 4 damage from the Bone Crusher Giant. And like there's a chance I just draw 2 lands, right? That's 3 more damage from the Croxa. So because they can bring it back this turn, potentially with if they have an untapped land here, I decide that that's too risky, right? If I village right here and I draw 2 lands, I have to discard my Death Dispute, and I'd much rather just like keep my life total high. When I have so much card advantage going on, I can just discard one of the village rights, play a Death Dispute here, draw 2 cards. And these cards are bangers. Looking at my graveyard here to see what I can get back. It's not that good, but well, we'll see if the opponent has a way to answer the Prosper, if they can bring back Croxa. It seems like they do have a Fatal Push here, and yeah, Croxa did trigger Revolt this turn. So, okay, no Prosper plus Horn this turn, but instead, actually, with the Trapfinder and like the way to like get it back with Echoing Return, and like now we have Bone Shard too as another as a way to sacrifice the second one. Like that's actually kind of a lot of looks to try and find the Traveler here. So we're just gonna like go into tank here. Fine. Okay, we hit another Trapfinder. That's fine. We can play that. We can use Bone Shards to sacrifice it, kill a Harvester. And then we can use Echoing Return to bring back 2 Trapfinders from the graveyard, which is just, that's just perfect here. I decide to kill the Harvester instead of the Bone Crusher Giant because I don't want to take extra damage, and the Harvester could potentially kill the Bergie. I'm not sure if that's right, but we hit even another Trapfinder. Okay, that's fine. We're just gonna like load up on Trapfinders, hope they can kill Bergie here, and then like next turn we're like pretty likely to hit something. I'm gonna just like play out all my cards here. I am gonna like, they're probably gonna be able to Croxa here, but I'm gonna get to draw 2 cards off these Trapfinders, so I'm probably gonna hit like a Traveler and something else, and I can discard that other thing to keep my Traveler intact. And yeah, there it is, the Traveler. Even if they have like Thoughtseize plus something, I still have my other Trapfinder in play here, so I can still hit another Traveler. But if they don't have a Thoughtseize here, or like a removal spell, like if they just, okay, so they're just gonna sacrifice that, that's perfect. Now they can bring back Croxa. If they do that, they're tapped out. I can discard Bergie, and then we're ready for the epic sex guy. 10 hours. Queuing up. any moment now. We gotta adjust this to 2x speed here, because like, we can definitely see what's happening here. I'm super excited at this point, like knowing how this will play out. Like, and just discard this. They can attack with Giant. They're like, you know, really tanking on whether or not to attack with it, because like, oh, I should have given them the extra Trapfinder. I have a Friction Tower anyway. Doesn't matter too much, but it does matter if I like hit another Trapfinder off it. So I'm just gonna set a good game, like tell them that they're dead, so the decision doesn't actually matter. We hit a Bergie there, and yeah, now we just get to go off. Let's cue the music. Just getting the first Vampire into play. Once I get the second dominating Vampire, steal the Croxa, and the opponent scoops. Nice. Nice win right there. Yeah, usually that's what happens, right? I go off like once each match, right? The opponent does not want to wait for me to like combo off in the second game. All right, well, that puts us, as you can see here, at 5-0. That's a great score. I'm like super hyped at this point, and I'm pretty close to qualifying for day 2. So I see like some of my teammates have already, like Stefan Schutz at this point has already qualified. Marti Koisma is still in the queue. Some of my other teammates like failed, but like this tournament's pretty hard, so we definitely can't like all expect to make it. So yeah, it's going pretty well, I would say. Let's check back in for round 6 here. Only need to like go 2-1 from this point to make it.